Hello, it's Lucky here in Lucky's garden. It's overcast day, possibly chance of rain, which will be nice when you see what I've done. As you can see, a lot of the compost is now gone from the girls' bay. That's the second empty out since I started doing this probably a year and a half ago. So that's absolutely fantastic. So I'm really pleased with that. So they're getting now their breakfast scraps and their sprouted grain that I do, because I didn't want them in there while I was harvesting all the compost. And also what else I did, let's have a look at this. It's just got to finish it off. The girls will learn their eggs. I've got 9 eggs today. And this last bit of scrapes and scraps are going to my daughter's in-laws for their garden. So it's absolutely fantastic. That's why their perch is out here. Of course, Sunny can't get into the compost bay because it's a little bit high for her now. So she'll have to wait a while, but of course, Fawny's in there. So, yep, see, she can hop out. She's at that good stage. But let's have a look and see what else. Patrick asked me if I was going to have a shower, and I said, oh, I don't think so. I've still got a few things to do, so let's just lock this. Last night I busted Matilda in there having a feed in the compost bay, so we have to remember now at night to latch that. So, what have I been doing? Well, first off, Stratco had a special on with their raised beds. The kind that I like and the size I like. So that was really, really good. So I saved $20, so we went and got 2 instead of 1. And this is what I've been doing. I got my 2 beds. So what I did was, at the bottom of the bed, I put all the chicken bedding, gave it a sprinkle of dolomite lime, gave it a water. Then next in was some more bits and pieces, gave it a water. Then in went 3 wheelbarrow loads in each bed of compost from the compost bay. After each load from my wheelbarrow, watered it in. Finished it off with half a bag of cow manure and half a bag of a potting mix that is pretty well made for raised beds and things like that. So I've actually got them at quite a good height this time. This one was a bit, well, this one's my Audi one, but you can see in between the silver beet, how it's not quite as high. And these were my original beds. So that one, when that's all emptied out, we'll get a top up and we'll go from there. So they're ready for garlic, leeks, more baby spinach as well. In this one, potatoes. So I finally got my potato bed. So I'm going to have a look this week coming up at Garden Grove, see if they've got the spuds in. But look at this. I've got my asparagus. Woohoo! Look at that. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Down the centre, I'm going to put some baby spinach. That will use this area here in the middle while the plants are still small, and when they go dormant, I'll still use that centrepiece for loose leaves, radishes, things like that. Not so much the longer term ones like carrots and that, I won't worry about that. So I'm really, really pleased. So I've got to now control myself for 2 years. That's going to be really hard. I grew radishes, the asparagus, back when we did this area. And it was absolutely amazing the amount of asparagus I got. So yeah, absolutely perfect. So it's finally got its own bed. So it just takes time. And of course the rest of the garden's doing really well. But I'm just so excited now. So that is really good. And we've worked out what we're doing here. Patrick thinks it's a good idea. He's just tying up my bags for me, my leftover bits now, because I won't need to open any of these bags until it's time to amend a couple of beds and give them a top up. But this area here after winter, this is Kaikoura lawn. Anybody who's got Kaikoura knows what I'm talking about. It's a bitch to get rid of. No other way to put it. We got it when we got some cow manure. I didn't know how potent horse manure could be. So we're going to put a temporary fence in the area. I'm getting a little hutch from Amy. She doesn't want it anymore, so I'm going to buy it off her. That'll be their little housing area through the day for them to lay their eggs, and the chooks are going to do the work for us. They are going to eat, till, dig up and get rid of the lawn for us. It won't start till after spring. Then I'll start putting in beds. So between now and it's finished, I'll hopefully have collected beds that I will be able to then just put together, put them in where I want them and go from there. These two blue beds, I'm not sure whether they'll cope with another shift or not. If they do, that'll be great. If they don't, I'll have to wait and decide at the time. So we'll have some more beds. So this is great. If you're wondering why I've got so many beds, it's because we eat a lot of vegetables. We eat a lot of salads. And if I can grow as much as possible ourselves, it will be so much better. I need to have a shower, but I'm not quite finished yet. So what we'll do is we'll have one for the asparagus on its own. We'll have one for its herb bed on its own, which we've already got. Then we can go ahead and we can put other plants in other beds. We can grow more tomatoes. We'll be able to grow more cucumbers because of the limited space. If the cucumber plant dies, that's it. No cucumber for the season. So I can then put more cucumbers in. We can put more of the same plants in, harvest them, preserve them, do whatever I want with them, freeze them and go from there. So that's why I want these extra beds, because it's just so much better. I know I've got lettuce. I don't have to worry about buying lettuce anymore. I've got enough lettuce in the garden now that's up enough that if I'm careful with it until it gets a bit bigger, it's going to be okay. And I can also put in, which I did on one of my other ones, they're the first load of carrots. Look at these now coming up. These ones, while we're eating the other ones, will be growing. Then I'll have room in one of these other beds to put more carrot seeds in. So on, so forth. So that's what we're doing. And what we're doing. Patrick's having a rest. He's finding it hard. It's quite humid with all the weather, with his asthma. So he's just been sitting and keeping me company, which is, and getting me my Diet Coke, bless him. Anyway, look at this. I can put these out now between the asparagus. They're my baby spinach. They're all beetroot. I've got enough room. I can put beetroot, more beetroot. Down here. More spring onions, endive. I've got more cauliflowers up because I want to be able to fill the cauliflower bed. We didn't quite have enough in there. I've got Amy's oregano that I scored. Amy's baby spinach. And down here we've got lettuce, endive, Flanders seeds, more beetroot. So there's always going to be something growing, something going further and feeding us. And then the next cycle will start. So all I've got left to do now is put some pea straw around the asparagus, and I think that's going to be it for the day. And then sit out and just chat to Pat and go from there. Oh, I've got to give the chooks their greens as well. So that's what's happening. It's going quite well. Got an itchy nose. And I'm excited. I got 2 beds instead of 1, and they're already got stuff growing in them. I've just got to put it in them. So I need another bed. Bye for now.